What a way to start the weekend. Oh man, I'm so relieved right now. Arsenal have beaten Tottenham 2-0, the first North London derby of the season, and it's a good one for us. We've played really well today. I want to start off by saying to Tottenham fans, I am going to be very honest in this video, and I'm not going to be taking a dump on Tottenham because I think that we all know, even as Arsenal fans, if we're all really honest with ourselves, we know that Tottenham didn't turn up today. And if they did, and if they played the football that they can play and play as well as they have been, they could have turned us over today. So I don't want to say that in this video I'm just going to be praising Arsenal because I'm going to be a realist. You know, I'm always a realist when it comes to these reviews. Tottenham were just not at it today, and I think that really helped us because Arsenal, we played really well. Not a single player in our lineup today had a bad game. Even our subs were brilliant. I thought Iwobi coming on was fantastic. He looked like he was really ready to get a goal. He needs a goal. He needs a goal badly. I thought Coquelin was brilliant coming on as well. And I thought just the whole team in general did really well today. And we deserved the win. We won it in the first half pretty much with 2 quick-fire goals. Again, I'm going to be honest, the first goal shouldn't have stood. Not only was it not a foul, Sanchez, by the way, Davinson Sanchez, the Tottenham Sanchez, incredible defender. He looks to be extremely good in the future. He's a little bit mistake prone, I would say, but he's young. He reminds me of John Stones a little bit. They're just going to get better with age when it comes to making mistakes, but it was a clean tackle. It wasn't a foul. And then when the free kick came in, it was offside. So you could argue that Tottenham have been a little bit unlucky there, but you know what? With Mike Dean refereeing the game, you never know what you're going to get. I still believe he should not be refereeing these kind of games with Arsenal and Tottenham because in the past he's done some questionable things, made some questionable decisions against Arsenal. So it was nice for once to maybe get a bit of luck. And there's a few questions in the second goal as well, but ultimately I would say that one was very marginally offside, maybe just onside. But that's of course coming from an Arsenal fan. Hey, at least I'm being honest. The first goal shouldn't have stood. It's just the way it is. But it's very rare that Arsenal get these kind of decisions when Mike Dean is refereeing. So it was quite nice to see that. I'm just basically, guys, I've literally just finished watching the game and I'm still really hyped and I'm just so pleased. I thought man of the match was Mesut Ozil. He got the man of the match award and I would have given it to him as well. This is where this hurts a little bit because although I love Mesut Ozil, I dislike the fact that we don't know what kind of Mesut Ozil we're going to get on a match day. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? When he is good, he is very, very good. And today we all saw what Mesut Ozil can bring to the team when he plays well, when he's aggressive, when he wants the ball, when he's moving. You know, he's got a very laid back feel about him. You know, when he's running around the pitch, you think he's not really trying, but that's just the way he is. That's his style. But today, the whole team, not just Mesut Ozil, were pressing. They were really, fighting for that second ball. They weren't giving Tottenham any time. And I thought that Mesut Ozil, if only he played like this more often, whilst I know he's leaving, I've accepted it, he is going to be leaving, we are really, really going to miss today's Mesut Ozil. But we're not going to miss the Mesut Ozil that doesn't turn up, that doesn't make an effort, that complains constantly on the pitch, that just doesn't show up. So it's a little bit of an odd one because I will miss him. I will miss him a lot. But in a way, I feel like, if we can somehow replace him with someone a little bit more energetic, it might change the team a little bit. The dynamics of the team change. When you add someone like an Alexis Sanchez, who's a pit bull, chasing the ball constantly, gives his 100% every game. It sometimes isn't all about the quality of the player. It's about their attitude. And I think that's the problem with Mesut Ozil. He's got the quality, but the attitude sometimes isn't good enough. It just isn't. And I feel like if we can bring in someone like maybe Fekir, I'm a big fan of Fekir, signed him in my Arsenal career mode. I've watched him many times in real life. He is an Arsenal player. He just is. And I've heard that him and his dad have said at some point that if he was to ever leave Lyon, it would be for Arsenal. So apparently we're linked with a 60 million move for Fekir. So if that happens, then maybe that is the replacement for Alexis/Ozil. But of course, we would still be needing one more player to come in. You hear reports of Alexis potentially going to Man City in a swap deal for Sterling. I would gladly accept that, but I know it's 99% not going to happen because Sterling is one of the best young English players and he's having a great season at Man City. And he's technically worth more than Alexis right now because of the contract situation. So I don't see that happening, but that would be great. I could see Sterling on the right, Fekir on the left, maybe switching around with Lacazette up front. That could be just as deadly as what we have now with AOL, Alexis, Ozil and Lacazette. So it was another example of those three playing up front together and us playing well. I just don't see why against Man City Lacazette didn't start. I still don't agree with that decision, and it's depressing because you see Everton and now Tottenham getting dismantled by the front three. Why did we not do that against Man City? I'm not saying it would have changed the result. I'm not saying we would have won, but I think our chances of winning would have been significantly higher. So I'm hoping that Wenger sees the light. He's a very intelligent man, okay? He should be seeing these front three are pretty good together, and they should be starting every single game that they can. Maybe not in the Europa League on Thursday because we need them back for Burnley, but they've got to start playing together more often because you can see the chemistry. They suit each other so well, and we've potentially only got a month and a half with it. So let's just enjoy it. Let's get as many points as we can until they ultimately leave in either January for 30 million apiece, or they go for free at the end of the season, which for me would be a travesty. I've already discussed this. They've got to be sold this January. We cannot let them leave for free because the money that we bring in from them, let's say it's 50, 60 million for both, can be invested in Fekir, and that makes a big difference. So letting them go for free would be a huge mistake. Now, another person, or player I should say, I want to talk about is Ramsey. Now, Ramsey, a couple of seasons ago, had one of those seasons where he was just brilliant, and we really thought we got ourselves a great midfielder there that would work. We've always struggled to find two midfielders that work together, and although I think Xhaka still has a lot to learn, I still think he makes a lot of mistakes. His yellow card was stupid today. Why is he lunging in like that? I just don't understand that. Fair enough, though. He didn't make any more harsh challenges later on in the game. He didn't get sent off. I personally thought as soon as he got that yellow card, well, that's him gone because he'll get sent off. But Ramsey, there's something about him this year. He's not trying too hard. And this is something that I have felt has been his downfall over the last few seasons since that one season where he was incredible. He tries too hard. He gets the ball and he's always looking to shoot. He's always looking for that perfect pass. And sometimes, as a midfielder in his position, he's doing defensive work, but more so going forward, he needs to be a bit more patient and pick out those passes that someone like Ozil does. He finds the pass and it's always the right pass and doesn't always shoot and go for glory. And Ramsey has definitely added that to his game this year. He's definitely added the patience, the class about him that takes the extra touch, that takes the bit of extra time to pick out the pass that's the right pass. And of course, he's added goals, a few more goals this season, which is nice to see. So the one season wonder Ramsey, which I still believe he kind of has been for us, is looking very good. And I feel like, he's entering the prime of his career, that age. I'm sure he's really angry that Wales haven't made it to the World Cup. Maybe that was some fire in his gut today, but Ramsey looked really good. Besides him slipping all the time, the pitch was wet maybe, or he's wearing Adidas now instead of New Balance. I've heard, by the way, Marouane Fellaini, he has been sponsored by New Balance for I think over a year now. He always wears those boots. He's suing them because they've been so uncomfortable and they've hurt his feet. So God knows what's going on with New Balance football boots, but it seems Ramsey's dropped them as well. So that's actually a little bit interesting. You know me, I'm a bit obsessed with what boots players wear. Always in my career modes, I'm updating what boots they're wearing. Shame, because on PC they don't support it. They don't add the new boots. But whatever Ramsey was doing today, he needs to stay on his feet a little bit more. He was slipping all over the place, and I didn't see anyone else struggle, really. So I've talked about Arsenal. Again, really quick. Monreal, Mustafi, and Koscielny. Mostly Monreal, I thought, were just class today. Mustafi got the goal, of course, which was offside, but what a header. And he looked so composed today. He looked so much better. I think having a bit of time out has actually helped him a little bit. But those three at the back were solid today, and Cech had a great game as well. But let's talk about Tottenham, because Harry Kane today, he's had an injury. His knee looked a little bit dodgy. He definitely didn't have a good game today. He went off to lots of boos, which I don't like, by the way. Yes, there's a picture of him wearing an Arsenal shirt when he's a kid, but plenty of players would have grown up wearing plenty of different shirts, and I'm sure that he is completely a Tottenham guy now. He's not interested in Arsenal whatsoever. Even if he was supporting Arsenal as a kid, you shouldn't be booing off an English striker that's in the form of his life. Even though it's a North London derby, you've got to give respect to Kane. and I think he is probably England's best player right now. He really is. And although I don't like him because he's a Spurs player, I like him as an Englishman, as a professional. And whilst he didn't have a good game today, he has scored in every North London derby in the Premier League against Arsenal in his career, except from today. So you've got to give the man some respect for that. Dele Alli, similar really. I know Dele Alli's he's not as classy as Kane, is he? He's got some behavioural issues, some attitude problems. He's a little bit childish sometimes, but he's young. He's still a brilliant player. But again, didn't really turn up today. I think Eriksen looked tired after his heroics for Denmark. I thought, other than Davinson Sanchez, if I'm saying his name right, Davinson I think it is, I thought defensively Tottenham looked a bit poor today. And I think Sanchez, whilst he made a couple of mistakes himself, he's so quick and so strong, he recovers. But Vertonghen looked like he was nearing retirement today, very slow. And Eric Dyer, the amount of times he got the ball at his feet and tried to distribute it to midfielders and making the wrong pass or making a mistake, it was a little bit poor. I thought, defensively they didn't look great today. Right back and left back, I think they're solid. Davies and Trippier are doing very well, but you can see they're missing Walker a little bit. I think Walker was so good for them going forward. I don't think Trippier can offer that. Sissoko, the best 30 million ever spent. I still can't believe that. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, Tottenham just in general were not at it today. But like I said at the start of this episode, we all know, every single fan of football knows that Tottenham are a better side than Arsenal at the moment. But today, they didn't turn up and we got the win, a 2-0 win. So whilst I'm still not very well in real life, I'm still having problems with my gut. I haven't uploaded in 2 days because of it. I'm not very well at the moment. It's made my weekend, so I'm very pleased with the result, and it's been a great Saturday morning / early afternoon for me. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy these videos, please do support it with a like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Please do click the notification icon as well, and bring on the Europa League fixture and Burnley at the weekend.